Please, just a moment while I put on something more suitable. Oh my god! Hey there, I'm Jules. Nice to see you. The word of the day today is slug. You know, like those... Are they bugs? The bugs that are like snails without shells. Yeah. If you'd like to know why slug is the word of the day, watch my next video and then read the description to find out. Hey babes, today we're playing a game called Jam and the Mystery of the Mysteriously Spooky Mansion. I don't know much about it, but I know that we're gonna do it right now. Okay. Let's do it. How to play. Press space or left click to begin in advanced text. What? Investigate the room with mouse. Inspect highlighted objects with left click. Finally, it's time for me to unmask the villainous mastermind behind this case. And the culprit is... Alexander V. Badman. Just as I suspected, my arch-nemesis, the notorious inter-municipal criminal genius, Alexander V. Badman. Kid? Are you seriously doing this right now? You've evaded justice for too long, Badman. It's high time someone took you down. And that someone is me, Jam, the world's greatest kid detective between the ages of 4 and 17 in the western half of Lynn County. Oh boy. Okay, kid, listen. I realize maybe I don't have the best track record on this, but this time, I'm totally innocent, I swear. And what's more... Oh, I'm sure you're innocent, Badman. Just like that time with the T-Rex portraits. It was just one T-Rex portrait, actually. Or the haunted factory. You technically never proved it was me underneath that bedsheet. Or the puzzling predicament of the vanishing gazebos? Alright, yeah, that one was totally me. But I'm telling the truth. I didn't do anything wrong in this particular abandoned house. I was just, doing some stuff, when all of a sudden you came out of nowhere with a frying pan, knocked me out cold, and tied me to a chair. Extremely rude, by the way. But there's something else you need to know. Before you got here, I was poking around upstairs when I saw something seriously doing some stuff. Right. I'm serious, kid. You gotta untie me and run for it. Like, there's some real uncanny crap going down here, and if we don't get out of here, we're gonna get... Save it for the judge, Badman. The only thing I want to hear out of you is your confession. My confession to what? I haven't even done anything yet. Your confession to... the crime. The crime that was done by you, that I definitely have solved in its entirety. Oh my god, you haven't even tried to figure out what's going on. Of course I have. My powers of deduction are impeccable. I, just need a minute to get my evidence in order. Which I will be doing over there in a different room. Wait, listen to me, kid. Kid, don't leave. Kid. Stupid arch-nemesis. Ugly turtleneck. I can prove he's the one who did it. Just as soon as I figure out what it is. Maybe I should go find some actual evidence first. Explore the mansion to find evidence of Alexander's crimes. Gather stuff to solve problems that you may encounter. Okay. Whoa. Where am I currently, though? Current location, living room. Okay. Let's go to the library. Investigate the room with mouse. The book is titled Ye Tome of Dubiously Plot-Related Information. It's open to a chapter somewhere in the middle. Chapter 15, Ye Tale of Ye Brothers 3. Once upon a time there were in 3 jesters who did themselves brothers call. Ye first jester was Cleft Melech, ye second Mahendra, and ye third Jimbo. One day were these 3 brothers with full merriment a jaunt down ye street, when yon spectre of death did them stop. Ho, knaves, cried Death, of ye 3 one must needs die, that ye other 2 may pass. To this ye brothers wept profoundly, alas and wail away. None of them wished to see his kin before himself perish, so a cunning plan didst they devise. If one of us must needs die, spake Melech, a man of relentless exuberance, taken me first was I born, and first shall I die. Nay, excalibrated Jimbo with a grin, his honed upon his bow tie. First in, last out, as they sayin', it must needs be me. Can we not compromise? Wept Mahendra, his hones raised in supplication. Instead, taken me, ye middle brother. And so Death, moved by this show of brotherly loyalty, killed all 3 jesters, and went off on their merry way. The end. Oh! Chapter 16. Ye tile if ye incredible text. Once upon a time there was a curse that randomly did chungin vowels into Y's, and upon the ends of words affixes. Alright. Hey, there's a book on that chair. Well spotted, Jam. A book tucked away in a hard-to-find location? It's gotta have all sorts of clues and evidence squirreled away inside. I'll just open it and... Oh, something fell out. An aging post-it note. Is someone using this as a bookmark? And the text. Iron Snail authorization. What could it mean? I mean, aside from Alexander v. Badman is super, super guilty, because that's totally what it says to me. Alright, that's one piece of evidence down. I think I should get at least one more before I go and confront Alexander. Iron Snail authorization. Okay. Anything else in here? Nope. Let's check out the parlor. Oh wow, a still life with a skull and a bottle of wine. Super original. Never seen that one before. There's something mysterious about it though. Is it the window? The unlit candle? It feels like this composition is missing something. Click an item. I don't have anything from stuff. Okay. It looks like there's something way back underneath the couch. I could probably grab it if I just reached in. But on the other hand, it also looks like no one's vacuumed down there in at least half a century. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Alright. I don't have anything. Huh, that's weird. Looks like someone left a key hanging from the ceiling by a string. No idea why anyone would do that, but I do know that a clue this tantalizing's got to lead to something significant. If only I could get it down. Don't have anything. Alright, come back to the parlor, I guess. Ooh, someone left out their ingredients. Looks like they were going to bake a cake with all this. Heh, they're not going to do it. Maybe I'll take a crack at it. Okay, let's add the flour, some eggs, whole of course for the extra nutrition, then a stick of butter, a spoonful of sugar, whatever this weird bitter almond sauce is, vanilla flavoring, and mix it all together. Looking good. Next up, time to bake. Now then, let's get this cake of bacon. Just need to figure out how. I don't have anything. Shoot. You do hear an awful lot about dead bodies being stuffed in fridges. Assuming it's still functional, it'd be the perfect place to hide evidence. I'll just open it up and... Huh. I guess that's technically still food. The yellow mold seems to be enjoying it anyway. Oh, what's this? This fish seems, well, relatively fresh, which given the circumstances is pretty suspicious if you ask me. Guess I'll just take it with me? Anyway, that makes 2 pieces of evidence. I should be able to figure out what Alexander's up to with this. Still, maybe gathering a little more evidence could be useful? Okay. Okay. Okay, so we did everything downstairs. Let's go upstairs. Oh my god, what is that? Ah! Oh god, what is that thing? Why does it have so many eyes? Oh god, oh man, oh god. Can't look at Candle, too busy trying not to get my soul sucked out through my teeth. Oh cool, a yardstick. All I need to do is walk past that demonic monstrosity. Holy crap, it's going to eat me alive. Okay, well, let's move on, I guess. That's gotta be the most terribly drawn demonic summoning circle I've ever seen. Still pretty spooky, though. In terms of occultic likelihood to corrupt the youth and steal their souls for the devil, I'd rank it like 5 points above rock music and just a smidge below Magic the Gathering. Hey, that bedside table looks pretty promising. Bet there's some solid evidence in there. That or another Gideon Bible. Let's see. Lucky me, it's a revolver. And it's still got 5 bullets loaded in it. What a totally innocuous and normal item for an American teenager to find lying around the house. Ha, totally normal. The right hand clown smirks in the shadows. His bow tie weighs heavy with the sacred promise of a seltzer to the face. Jam boops him on the nose. There's a faint click. The middle clown stares down with an expression of incalculable grief, his hand raised in supplication to an absent god. Jam boops him on the nose. Click is slightly louder this time. The left-hand clown barrels towards the viewer like the world's most exuberant freight train, the vector of his relentless advance, a reminder of one's own impotence. Jam boops him on the nose. From somewhere behind the painting comes the sound of shifting machinery. The mechanism seems to have reset itself. Is there something I'm missing? Okay. Faint click. Click slightly louder. Seems to reset itself. Alright, so that wasn't it. I wonder what the pattern could be. Faint click. Slightly louder this time. Mechanism seems to... That didn't work either, huh? This puzzle must be trickier than I thought. Trio of clowns. There's something familiar about that. Maybe it's their gestures? I don't know about their gestures. Okay. Slightly louder this time. No? Okay, so maybe it wasn't their gestures. But they are beyond a doubt gestures. Okay, well that's true. Faint click. Click is slightly louder this time. Seems to reset up. Wait, didn't I read a book about gestures recently? Or tried to read anyway? I'm pretty sure like half of that thing was in German, but it definitely had a trio of clowns in it. Yeah, but I don't know which one corresponds to like the older brother, the younger brother. I don't know. I don't know. Faint click. Slightly louder this time. Okay, I've just about had it with this clown puzzle. The nose booping thing was kind of fun at first, but now my finger is getting booped out, and I still haven't solved it. If this next combination doesn't solve it, when I'm done with this case, I'm gonna have to write a very strongly worded letter to Cirque du Soleil. I did it! The painting opens to reveal a secret compartment. Alright, let's see what's in here. It better be something cool considering it was locked behind that stupid clown puzzle. A garden gnome? I could live without it. Weird thing to put in a secret compartment, though. Guess that means I could use it as evidence? As much as I wish there'd been something cooler than a garden gnome in that secret compartment, I'm pretty sure that's all there was. Dang. Okay, bathroom. Is there something in the tub? Let's see. Oh. Oh god. I don't want this. I don't think anyone has ever wanted this. Upsettingly detailed horse mask. And a gun. Why, who's that supremely graceful and astute super sleuth in the mirror? Could it be Jam, the world's greatest kid detective between the ages of 4 and 17 in the western half of Lynn County? Oh, I'm ever so busy solving crimes. I couldn't possibly stop to pose for the cover of the Nancy Drew Review. Okay, maybe just this once. It's a dark and stormy night in the city, and a mysterious figure is prowling the streets with a gun in hand. That's right. Jam, the world's greatest adult detective above the age of 18 in the western half of Lynn County, is on the case. Taller than 2 kids in a trench coat and infinitely more capable of voting in state and federal elections. And of course, legally allowed to say cusses. Son of a heck. Well, maybe give it 1 to 14 years. If there's one thing I've learned from playing a copious amount of video games, it's that you always need to check the trash cans. You never know where someone might have hidden a secret treasure, or even an equipable item that heals 1/16 of your maximum HP per turn. Okay, maybe one of those is slightly less useful than the other in this situation. Still, even if it were something good in there, I can't say I'm super thrilled about reaching in and grabbing it. There are some pretty nasty looking tissues wadded up in there. I don't think that's gonna work. Okay. Anything? Okay. Please, just a moment while I put on something more suitable. Oh my god! Why did I think this was a good idea? Okay. Study. Billy S. Willie Shakes? Billy S. No idea who this chump is, but he's got some seriously creepy eyes. It's like they can follow you around the room. Probably not the best idea. But I mean, I can't say I'm not tempted. Hey, you. Yeah, you there, Billy. You looking at me, huh? What's that? No? I didn't think so. Better watch yourself, punk. Got my upsettingly detailed eye on you. A locked box! Narrative convention dictates that it's got to be full of treasure, or at least an important bit of evidence. But how to open it? I could try unlocking it with the gun, I suppose. Though a bobby pin would be easier to fit into the tumbler. Alright. Ooh, what's this? A mysterious letter? I bet it's full of all kinds of dirt on Badman. The concludent statement of D. Killer. As this rubescent haze dissipates from about my consciousness, in most total clarity do I revisit these actions which over the preceding month I did paragitate. This house, how it reeks of that most sanguineous humor, and so too my sullied hands which did that humor spill. He and I thought ourselves bold, but that facade crumbled like ash before that tremendous horror from out mine floor did emerge. To merely witness it rising from the circle would itself percuss the brain to insensibility. It's best not to think of such things. The deed is done, and undone can it not be. Yet these words assuage my woe little. That vitescence from which mine friend I reaped that I might invoke the demon, how glad would I be to have it back, and the demon perlineated from this earth. I was mad then, so too was he, and now of him only his lone mandible remains. As for that demon, I have sealed its essence within the lawn statuary, and transpaled its corporeal form upon my harpooning gun. Still does it stand, as though a corpus life-lorn. But full well I know that comely death desires as little to do with the demon as I. And oh, the worms that come out from its immaculate corpse do wiggle and bream. The worms! The worms! I am but a festering rind of cheese swollen to bursting with worms. Their blood-ravenous serrations churn the rancid milk of my soul. The writhing, the gnawing, the boundless hunger. Even now I can feel their... Boring! I could barely even read most of that. But whatever it said, I'm pretty sure it has nothing to do with the crimes that Badman definitely committed here. Okay. Well. Alrighty, time to wrap this up. I know what you did, and I've got the evidence to prove it. Now you may be wondering, what's the connection between a seemingly innocent garden gnome and this incomprehensible post-it? I honestly couldn't be any less concerned about that than I am right now. What I actually want to know is, are you gonna untie me or... Well, actually, allow me to enlighten you. Oh great, here we go. The note reads, Iron Snail Authorization. Snails are mollusks, and you know what else are mollusks? Clams, and clams is slang for American dollars. I'm sure you can see where this is going. Do you even know where this is going? It's all going back to you, Badman. Iron is a metal, and American dollars are made using metal presses through the authorization of the U.S. Mint. And you know what's closely related to mint? That's right, catnip, which is a drug for cats, which is exactly what you're smuggling in these garden gnomes. Wait, am I smuggling catnips? Catnip or cats? No, I mean neither. Well, okay, I won't rule either of them out, but I'm talking about drugs here. And not the soft stuff, like whatever my brother's been vaping out behind the shed. I'm talking hard drugs. Crack, snow, candy, powder, dust, blow, heck, even coke, just to name a few of them. Need I continue? You really don't. But this is the end of the line for you, Badman. You know what they say about people who smuggle drugs and garden gnomes, don't you? No. Here's what they say. Crime doesn't pay. Oh, listen, kid, this has gone on long enough. I don't care about the stupid gnome. But you and me stay in this house even a minute longer, we're likely to be eaten by worms or a demon or something. So would you just untie me already? Not until I've heard you confess with my own ears. Ugh, fine. I did the gnome crime. Happy now? Yep. So you'll untie me? Nope. What? Why? You know what else they say? Don't do the gnome crime if you can't do the gnome time. I'll let you mull that one over in the slammer. And by the slammer, I mean this room where I'm leaving you. And the kid's gone. Okay, Alexander, let's take this slow and calm. You're gonna make it out of here alive. You just need to smash the gnome with your feet, grab one of the shards, and cut yourself free before whatever that thing is comes downstairs. It's fine. Totally fine. I'm sure I've got plenty of time. Oh, okay. Ending 7 out of 16. The gnome crime doesn't pay. The end. Alright. Alright. Let me try a different set of evidence real quick. How about... Hold up. Let me go back to the lounge and use this gun. Can I not use the gun? No, I want to use the gun. Keep it together, Jam. It's just a taxidermied model. All I need to do is take the gun, look that thing in the eyes, and... Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Right, maybe I can use the mask. If I just put it on... This isn't helping. Okay, maybe if I put the mask on it instead. Wow, that's somehow exactly as terrible as it was before. Still, at least it's not any worse. I sure am glad I can walk past this absolute nightmare without any issues at all. Yep, just gonna walk on over to pick up this yardstick while avoiding looking to my left at all costs. Totally cool. Wait a second. This isn't a yardstick. It's all in centimeters and stuff. What a waste of wood. Honestly, how are you even supposed to use that? Aha! Brilliant idea, Jam. If I attach the revolver to the end of the stick, I can practically double my range. The final boss won't even know I hit it. There's gonna be a final boss, isn't there? Maybe there's a better way to use this. Alright. Fine. Haha, alright. Well, now that the taxidermy demonic entity is out of the way, I can get back to what's really important here. Pocketing everything within eyeshot that isn't nailed down. Starting with this candle. Not exactly sure I'm gonna need this, seeing as the house is pretty adequately lit already, but I'm not really opposed to the ability to light random things on fire either. Okay. Didn't I need to go back here? Oh, wow, still life. Okay. Aha! This painting must be a puzzle, and I bet if I solve it, I'll find another piece of evidence. Fortunately, I figured out the solution ages ago. If I just take this actual candle and use it to light the one in the painting, then the entire painting will catch on fire. Huh, not what I was expecting. Pretty lame puzzle if you ask me. You know, I think the fire really balances the composition. Okay. Alright. Good thing I had this loaded revolver handy. Let's see. Ready, aim, and an alley-oop. The thrown revolver strikes the key and knocks it loose from the... worked like a charm. I sure am glad I took all those gun-throwing classes back in elementary school. Mysterious key. What can I use a mysterious key for? I didn't even see, like, a door or anything. Oh! A locked box! I guess a key would probably make the most sense. And it's open! A bloodstained knife? There's like a 0% chance this baby wasn't involved in some crime or another. Not really sure what crime, but I can work it out as I go. Alright, let's go back to the living room. Alrighty, time to wrap this up. Knife and crimson cupid. A herring and a thoroughly used knife. Suspicious, no? Or so I thought, but in actuality, the truth is even stranger than I could have guessed. Consider the herring, a common baitfish, yes, but also an international culinary staple. Yet that alone was not enough for me to narrow the scope of what was afoot here. For that, I needed to look at the utensils at hand. I found no evidence of any intent to cook this herring, and no pertinent kitchen implements, save for this knife. How could one serve herring raw, and with only a knife? It was then that I recalled something one of the weebs from the school anime club had told me. In Japan, raw fish is known as sashimi, and nishin, that is, herring served with roe, is a particular delicacy. Suddenly, it was all clear to me. Alexander V. Badman, you've been conducting your business in the shadows long enough. It's time your deeds were finally revealed. Yes, it's time that the world knows that you are, in fact, an aspiring sushi chef. Sushi chef. I'm doing what now? In hindsight, it makes perfect sense. After so many years struggling as a low-level criminal, you wanted to make a clean break from your sordid past. You wanted to make a living through honest work, a fresh start, and what could be fresher than raw fish? Yet you knew that your underworld associates would frown on your Epicurean explorations, so you hid yourself away in this abandoned mansion to train. The blood on the knife is none other than your own, spilled by mistake during a particularly intense prep session. This was no crime at all. This was passion. Okay, yeah, sure, that's exactly what's going on here. You know, this is some pretty inspiring stuff. Like, you could make a documentary out of this. That's great, kid. Now please untie me. Of course! Who am I to stand between a man and his dream? It's gonna be a minute, though. I tied those knots hecka tight, and my hands are super slimy from carrying that herring around. You do realize you have a knife, right? Yeah, but I don't want to turn you into sashimi by mistake. Alright, that's fair enough. I'd probably taste terrible anyway. A raw deal. So I got ending 7 and ending 8. So I'm fine with that, actually. Because I used all of my evidence. So, that's fine. Thanks so much for playing with me. I hope you had fun, because I had fun. Please like and subscribe. It would mean so much to me. And I will see you later.